Greetings and welcome, fellow Dragon Knights, to another episode of Let's Play Divinity 2 Developer's Cut. Right, something just flew because the physics had loaded in, but that's fine. Right, I have come to a decision regarding this particular diary.
This is the diary of a man called Hansel. What do you want to do with it?
I'll look for dirty secrets, of course.
The diary details Hansel's infatuation with Gretel and describes how he pines for her. Lists reasons why they should be together. Apparently their names are a great match. But in recent entries, the tone becomes more grim. And it turns out Hansel lured an undead monster to the market so that Gretel's champion husband Doris might be killed when doing battle with it. You are confident Hansel would appreciate your silence, and Doris your sense of justice.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. However, I am not above the law. I just make my own. But I think I do want to see justice done. Right, so I think I figured out what's going on with the crashing to desktop all the time. It's got something to do with the autosaves, which apparently don't trigger if you quick save just before exiting the building, because I guess the game recognizes that it doesn't need to save, because I've just saved. So let's hope I can remember to do that every time. Alright, so I guess I just go to speak to Doris directly.
I think Willie may have actually had assassins in his house?
Dunno. If he tried to scam that lot.
What will you do with
that's just
prisoner when the troubles are over?
Something I can do for you?
I think you may want to read this diary.
Hansel's? What would he keep a diary for? Never leaves the house. But that underhand skunk. That devious little turncoat. I'll take it from here if you don't mind. Hey, Hansel. I had me a little read here. And if you want me out of the picture, you'll have to do it yourself.
My diary? But that was a joke, a fantasy. I knew you'd bless this undead. Gretel, she means nothing to me.
What are you boys babbling about?
Here. Read this, honey, while I take care of this surreptitious scum.
Yeah. Alright, so we don't need that. The Fanny Blossom might be useful. Yeah, I'll take the Fanny Blossom.
Another one to add to the collection.
And we also get his key.
To think I used to call Hansel a friend. That creep tried to kill my Doris because of me. It's not always easy to be such a beautiful woman, Dragon Knight.
Thank the divine the Dragon Knight found that diary, my wife.
What a hero. That foul little Hansel would have kept on trying to kill you.
That's nice. Right, that's one quest done. So... I think she was at Mardania's Plaza. Let's go hand that question real quick. While I remember it. Do I have what you want?
Can you help us, Dragon Knight? Perhaps you can do miraculous things, like talk to trees.
Stand firm, soldier.
Yes, Dragon Knight.
Right, never mind then. Let's see. Right, I have no idea where she is, but I think she was here. No, it's not you. There he is.
Welcome back. Always a pleasure.
I found this strange coin. Any idea where it comes from?
Make coin? I never thought I would see it again. Please, let me give you a token of thanks. This rare and valuable book.
I found your champions. They were bickering about who should go in. I sent in the younger one, Minius.
He's a bit of a blowhard, but not a bad champion. Still, they're both idiots. What a ridiculous argument. They should have just gone together. I'm thinking they're a bit too fond of each other.
Oh well, for now.
Honor and courage be with you, Dragon Knight.
Right. I'll just take the experience. The old dog, new tricks. Oak tears. Again, I'll go with the experience.
Be sure to carry a note with you that is good.
Right, so... any parts I can trade you for? No, so that's fine then, unless you've got better than perfect stuff, but I don't think you do.
The sweet smell of formaldehyde.
May death.
Arise, my pet.
Alright, that's at least a couple of quests done. Yeah, for some reason the scroll bar doesn't always appear. I think there's a couple more bugs they should have probably pushed out of this stuff. Right, the seahorse salad, that's basically what I was looking for. Well, I've met all the various items, so I can go back there. Let's, however, go back towards the Phoenix Inn. At the Ministry Shrine.
I'm getting
No, not
tired
here.
just look.
Great Market Shrine, rather. And see if we cannot get to the conclusion of this particular quest.
Vive le Chevalier Dragon! You were absolutely correct. And Nona is a critic, and she swore to bear my children in return for my cockbourre.
All's well that ends well.
She's more tender than my filet mignon, mon ami. And I believe it is time for your reward.
Right then, Earthroot, Blackrock. I'm going with experience. Perfect goblin legs. I get two choices here. Well, then I'll take the equipment and more experience. Ooh, and I'll also get a skill book. Neat. Right. So... and let's also go for the consumables. Alright, let's just go and do the skill stuff. I mean, I'm half tempted to go full on that. Let's just improve that completely then. Alright. Rare and valuable book. So who was looking for a book? I can't quite remember right now. It does not matter. Creature, get out of the way. For now, I just want to go on and deal with the stuff at the Prancing Seahorse so we can get a move on with things. That's the wrong way. We need to go this way. I mean, even if Ursula was right to curse those people into vegetables.
Divine forgive me, but I wouldn't bother to save that weasel Willie's life and had but to live.
Then of course there's still the matter of the outlaws. Alright, so at least we have all the passwords now, I believe, so let us just do that and we'll just double back to Hansel's house when we move on to the next bit. We can loot his chest.
This is Ashraf's room. What is the password?
Open wide.
Only for you.
Right. Now there should be a note here on how to open or right. The lever. That's one. I believe there should also be a note here somewhere. I mean, this quest is still doable because you still need to get into the secret area. And I guess it's not here. Maybe because I didn't kill him. Which is fine.
This is Thomas's room. What is the password?
Judine.
That's bad for your health, you know.
Yeah. Ooh, a chest. Well, nothing I'm particularly interested in, but, you know, every little bit helps. It's kind of weird that your room would open up into another area like that. But we are most interested in getting into the Forbidden Archive, so let's focus on doing that.
This is Gardner's room. What is the password?
Brandy.
Delicious and correct.
Another one to add to the collection.
Alrighty. Let's go confront whatever's in there.
Look at you. Lovely girl, aren't you? Now be gone before I have to scar your pretty face. How clever of me to enchant earrings. Subtle, yet so strengthening.
You must be Ursula, the witch.
Witch? A woman who knows magic is automatically a witch? Bah! I've had it with such prejudiced logic.
Well, I'm calling you a witch because you turn people into vegetables, not so much because you have magic.
Long have I had to endure that sex is petty attempts at seduction, yet a street dog in heat has more charm and finesse. Not that it matters anymore. I have what I came for, and all these prancing chauvinists can rot for all I care.
And what did you come for?
A spell is why I am here. A very rare, very powerful spell that I knew was kept in these archives, untouched and forgotten. It bestows upon the caster untold authority, and with it I will come to rule a land far away from here, a land you have never heard of. So let us leave it at that. Go our own ways. My reign will not bother you, and your exploits will not bother me.
Agreed, if you undo your curse upon this house.
Very well. Those cads will be vegetables no longer. I have had my fun with them, after all. Thank you for your kindness. Please, accept this weapon as a token of my thanks. I shall now retire to my home and soon-to-be queendom.
Yeah, I could have fought her, but didn't feel like it.
Good gods! What has happened here? I'm away for a few hours, and suddenly there's a Dragon Knight in the Forbidden Archives.
Drain the knowledge from him, Dragon. This is what we seek.
You had a slight witch infestation, but I took care of it. No need to thank me.
A witch? Surely you do not mean Ursula. Dear me, I never would have suspected. And she made it into the archives. I knew it was a bad idea to give the guard to those 3 yokels, but they insisted they could handle the responsibility.
After what they've been through, I do think they will take this job slightly more seriously.
I hope for improvement, though I do not expect it. Ah, but let bygones be bygones. Thaddeus is the name, friend. At your service.
I was told Commander Rhodes sought you out.
Indeed she did. Zandalore sent her after the incarcerated spirit of a mage, Berlin. She came to me because I knew things of the history of Rivellon. History lost in many centuries. Though I swore secrecy, I broke that vow in the light of what is happening to this city and this world. I know why he is imprisoned. He, Berlin, adept of the Damned One, and veteran of the Wizard Wars.
What are the Wizard Wars?
They were apocalyptic battles that make the Great War seem to have been but a skirmish between a peasant and an ogre over the last bit of sausage. It was there that it all began. The incipience of the grand conflict that keeps tearing Rivellon apart. The struggle between the damned demon, his followers, and his opposition. You see, back then, and this was millennia ago, the race of wizards like Zandalore ruled the lands. Yet, for thus is the human soul, some tried to lay claim to even vaster power. They would awake the dark essence of a shadow beast, a denizen from untold dimensions of untold might. It was chaos itself, and it would destroy and create concurrently. But there were wizards who resisted, those who saw the catastrophe that would follow in the demon's wake. And so they banded together with the 7 primal races to form the First Council of 7, a fist against the worshippers of darkness. Over a century the battle lasted, and in the end the council won. Those wizards who had sided with chaos like Berlin were executed and their souls locked away in intricate dungeons. Their undoers swore they would never speak of them, so their blood-stained memory would be forgotten. And so they have. For no one, except you, I and the few wizards left, know this story. Alas, that the demon followers who came after the accursed Black Ring were of such ardent passion, for we all know the beast has roamed our world even as his original champions were rotting in their chains. The Lord of Chaos, the Demon of Lies, the Damned One, and now Damien. One day Chaos may reach his full potential. Gods protect us all if he does.
So Berlin is a follower of Damien then?
Yes, insofar that the human Damien is now the shell in which the Chaos Demon dwells and evolves. I do not know what you shall do should you find Berlin, but for the sake of all who are peace-loving in our land, I hope that you shall not act lightly.
If I understand correctly, Damien is a budding demon, one who has not yet reached full growth.
Oh yes, the true Lord of Chaos has not yet been freed. The Black Ring was never as strong as the wizards that once supported him. But they did succeed in kindling his spirit within that creature Damien, whereas yet it is but a flame, waiting for conflagration. I don't know how that sinister design could be brought to reality, but never doubt he and his believers worked tirelessly to bring the demon about.
If I am to find Berlin, how do I go about it?
I'll tell you what I told Rode. Berlin is trapped in a cavern that lies deep beneath Alaroth, below the place where the Champion Academy now stands. He was guarded by a shield, the one taken by Zandalore to protect the city, and also by a curious lock of sorts that is still in place. To open it, one needs to place 5 orbs over 5 runes. The orbs are there, but you will not know where to place them. I have heard that there were 5 who had knowledge of which rune corresponds to what orb. Each of the 5 knew about one, not all, a secret entrusted to each one alone. Who these 5 were, I have not been able to uncover, but they all had a link to Alaroth, so maybe if you scour every inch of this town, you can track them down and so reach the one you seek.
Have you heard of Rode since she came here?
No, I haven't. She told me she wouldn't bother looking for the 5 rune lore carriers, but figure things out for herself.
Oh, well, that's bound to go well.
First, I don't see how that's possible. And second, she could barely have reached the academy before the dead arose and caused mayhem throughout the lower city. In truth, I fear the worst for her.
Listen, if Berlin was locked away millennia ago, how do you expect me to find the 5 who know about the runes?
I don't, not really. But perhaps they may have been of immense power and thus still alive. Perhaps they have descendants. And perhaps, and this I fear shall be the case, you will have to count on sheer serendipity to lead you to the clues you strive to find.
Well, just relying on luck then, alright. Until later, Thaddeus.
Please do not breathe a word of what I have told you to anyone. This knowledge is secret and should remain so.
Right. I will take the dragon nail. I'll take the experience. Take the experience. Right, I will take the item. Another skill book, neat. And more experience.
Another one to add to the collection.
Now you truly know who I am, what it is I desire. The Damned One will rule even if I give you the Divine in return. So, search for the 5. I know what tricks they play. Riddles all. Riddles and runes.
Alright, and that'll do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.